So let's start with the second session. So this one, so those of you who are interested more in the mobility things, so the mobility second session is in another room, but this here is now the people-centered city session. I'm still Kaia Veskioja, and my research field is in green transition and sustainability transitions. So as we don't have that much time, maybe we'll skip the round of introductions as I know most of you, but probably now in online there are people that don't know us, but then let's agree that if we ask questions, or those of you who present, they introduce themselves. So at least we know those people who ask questions and do the presentations. And again, the idea is that 5 minutes for presentation and 5 for discussions. And then in the end, we'll also try to sum up the workshop. And then at 2 o'clock, we should have some snacks and coffee also outside this room. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 challenges. And my thought right now is that let's right away go into the challenges. I hope the schedule, how we have scheduled the challenges is fine for you. And so if not, then please let me know and then we'll change it. But right now I would go right away to Pula, Croatia, and to present your challenge, yourself, and also the challenge. And then let's continue with some questions if we have.
Hi, hello to everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you well.
Okay, nice to see you all here. My name is Marko, and I'm coming from the city of Pula, old Roman town in Croatia, and I'm representing administrative department for the urban planning and development. So we applied to this Smart City Challenge this year with the hope of finding a suitable way to improve the communication between us, administration, and our citizens. We made the Smart City of Pula development plan for the period of 5 years from 2023 to 2028. And we defined the goals for development of the smart city. And one of these goals is also creation of system for informing citizens. The city of Pula regularly and up to date informs our citizens about works on the communal infrastructure or unavailability of public services or temporary restrictions through the city websites, through the radio stations, and through the local newspapers. Unfortunately, the majority of citizens do not read that notices, and for these reasons, they are not informed about works and temporary situations on the field, and that situation leads to some negative consequences. So we decided to jump on the problem and we hope you could find a functional and simple way to solve that problem. So our idea is to create some sort of central system in a form of a tool or an application for informing citizens. For example, tool sends a message to mobile phones timely and targeted to those citizens which are infected with the problem and about the relevant information and occurrence according to their micro-location related to some works on the communal infrastructure, on the roads, on unavailability of public services or temporary restrictions organized by us, by the city administration or city companies and public institutions. So we consider this as a great challenge in informing our citizens, but we see it also as a potential because we are the opinion that communication with citizens in this way will become more effective and accessible to all. Citizens as I told before, are often unable to read notices, or they are not IT literate, so they are old or something. They don't have a mobile phone even, or something else. So they are not in the possession of the necessary information. So although we sent that information, it is insignificant because it didn't reach to the the end user. So at the conclusion, the aim is the creation of some kind of the informing citizens system, as I told, as a tool or application by which the users at a certain moment will be informed via their mobile devices that works, or some limited services is being carried out in a area that is important to them. And also we hope that there is some possibility to that the application will offer them the alternative solutions for, I don't know, road construction or something like that. And thank you for the chance to present our idea.
1 second, sorry, I will. Yes, sorry. So I was helping Peter with some technical issues. Thank you very much, Marko. So as I understand your challenge, and while reading also the longer description, so the challenge is how to provide information regarding traffic jams or traffic constructions, or I don't know, whatever public service related information to citizens in a more comfortable and citizen-centric way. That's what I understand the challenge.
Yes, it is.
Correct.
Yeah, because our citizens are not reading on the website, on our web page from the city of Pula or some local newspapers. They are not satisfied with the newspapers. They don't read the necessary informations.
Probably it's not only in Pula, but that's quite common in many of the cities. So are there any questions from the audience? I see we have 17, 18 participants also online. Are there any questions? Yes.
Well, like very immediate question. You mentioned that it's hard for people to reach out to you through website. How about social media? I noticed surprisingly that in Estonia, Facebook is very popular. And I've seen city of Tartu, for example, spreading news similar to like interventions and events and everything, disseminate everything through Facebook page. Is it something common in Croatia?
Have you tried that?
Yes, we do have also the website and the Instagram site and Facebook channel, city Facebook channel, but it's not helping that much. Majority of the population of our city is like elderly, and they are usually don't have those apps and social media networks. So that wasn't good way.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the mobile application will be good solution, because you can read it from your mobile phone.
But if you're saying that most of the people are elderly people, so older people, then if they're not using social media and Facebook app, why would they use any other app on the mobile?
But like a classic message, everybody has a mobile phone. So like when they get the message, maybe that's what we have to see. When they get the message on the mobile phone, everybody of us read it. But when it's on the social media, it's like limited for the users.
Yeah, probably in what we all have experienced, that the state or government authorities approach citizens with SMS, with mobile SMS only in a situation of crisis. So that's not very common to send us SMS to like with normal, but yeah, if I think about myself, somehow I've managed. I don't also look at the website of the city, but somehow I've managed, and I don't even feel that there is a need for this kind of an app. But that's maybe my point of view, because usually the information is somehow shared through email or what's really relevant. So if water is not flowing, or heating has some kind of construction issues, or something is being repaired, so I don't really feel that. But yes, of course, this kind of a challenge needs to be approached taking into consideration the needs of the citizens and what age and their level of digital education. So this is also a challenge. Any other questions? Clarifying questions regarding the challenge? So if not, thank you very much, Marco. So we'll continue with the next challenge. Narva. Just putting it on the screen. And the well-being in virtual town space. So is the representative from Narva here?
Yep.
Ah, okay.
I'd like to share
yes,
my
then I stop sharing my screen. And then, yes. You have to. And just for
saan niimoodi selle slideshow'sse enda.
Here. Nii. Nüüd siis peab edasi vajutama.
Et kas ta...
Jah, läheb edasi küll. Nii.
Seal vaatab ta endiselt mitte slaid.
Aga on slaidid on olemas küll. Mis?
No ta ei ole selle slideshow.
Tal läheb natukene aega. Ma arvan, et tal läheb natukene aega, et siin seda üles laadida. Jah, võib-olla natukene aega. Ta peaks ikka tegema seda. See võib-olla natukene aega. I don't know why it's not working like this, but it might take a bit of time. Because you are sharing and your screen is sharing, but we can continue as we don't have much time. I think maybe it's just a question of
ja siin ta vahetab ka slaid ainult minu ekraanil.
No, miks see nii on?
Võib ilma slideshow'ta teha.
Kuidas?
Et võib ilma slideshow'ta teha. Lihtsalt.
Tal arvutis vahetub, aga seal peale.
Eelkord sama ja ma ei tea, kuidas seda lahendada.
It seems to be a kind of interoperability issue. But that's how it is. I can maybe... Seda ma tegelikult enne võtsin ka. Nüüd tuli. Nii, nüüd läks.
So, hello. My name is Peter Tambu, and I'm chief architect for Narva City. And the idea we are presenting originates from one previous project we had last couple of years with Finest Center for Smart Cities, and it was called Wellbeing Score. And the aim of this previous project was to create a tool to measure, citizens' well-being in public space. and along with scientists from different universities, TalTech, Aalto University, Tartu University, and architects, we were analyzing and trying to find a way to measure physical and psychological criteria of people in several locations in city, in public space, and to compare it with the criteria from spatial analysis to create a score, let's call it this way, for different locations in city according to their more objective feelings of people in these locations. And already during this project, we had an idea that the aim of this project was to raise the quality of public space, to understand in what conditions people feel better or worse, and which are the criteria of the space that need to be approved to rise also the well-being feeling of people. And during this project, we understood that yes, we can, of course, afterwards, after executing renovation plans, we can again measure this well-being of citizens. But it means that by then, executing this plan has cost a lot of money and taken a lot of time. And as a result, there is a risk that the quality of renovated space is not better actually, or even maybe got worse. And the idea was that between these two stages, we actually need a tool to evaluate these project solutions, planning solutions before executing all that. And the planning of space today anyway happens in, let's say, virtual reality. The method almost completely today is 3D modeling. So the question we had and the aim actually is to create similar tool to evaluate these changes and projects in the stage of planning already. On this slide, you can see we actually, yes, measured all possible physical data from people that were, and these people were located in different places in city.
It's not moving. No, nothing is happening.
And we would like to do the same in virtual reality for the projects. for that, there are many questions to be answered. For example, are these methods usable in a virtual environment, meaning that the same people wearing the headset of virtual reality, or maybe also today the hybrid reality, when you can see the actual location together with this virtual future space. And is it possible to compare the scores of measured in real space and in virtual space? And creating such a tool for evaluating these three-dimensional space models before executing the plans would actually prevent us first making mistakes in planning process, and second, preventing waste of money and time, and we for that already have a project in virtual reality for one of these locations we measured during the first Wellbeing score project. It's Peter Square, Central Square in Narva. And to find out, is it possible, and would the new square actually be a better space for citizens?
Thank you very much, Peter.
Thank you.
Are there any questions? So in your case, I understand the challenge is actually very clear if I compare to the other challenges that I've listened to in the morning sessions. So and also the solution, what you would like to have, is also pretty clear, but probably it's also because of the knowledge that you already have generated and received through the first piloting ground. So you already know what to expect, how to expect, and what you want.
As the questions arise, like a year ago, we had time
to... So that's why I found your challenge nicely structured, systemized, and very well understood. So, but if there are no questions, and as we are behind time, so I would thank you very much, Peter. And if there are any further questions, we'll get them, we forward them to you. But let's continue with the next challenge, and it's from Valmiera, Latvia.
Yes, hello everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. Okay, so I don't have much time. I'll just get on with the challenge that we have submitted. So the challenge title for us is a common system for lifelong learning. And so basically the future urban challenge that will need the solution in Valmiera and Vidzem region is in the lifelong learning system field. There is no unified structure, approach is fragmented. Private and public organizations in the field are working independently. Basically, they are not cooperating, and it is difficult to complete study groups because of the fragmented offer, as well as demand does not match the supply. So overall, this challenge leads to inefficiencies, gaps in education, and limited access to opportunities. We believe that it is essential to take a systematic and a common approach to address this challenge. And we think that investing in this field challenge will help to provide better quality lifelong learning content, identify gaps in the lifelong learning supply. It will also offer more relevant lifelong learning content for citizens, and evaluate a continuously improvement within this field, and engaging community in decision making. And I wanted to mention that this challenge is facing not just Valmiera and Vitseme region, but also other regions within Latvia, such as Kurzeme, Zemgale, and Latga. So basically, the established result might also be offered to these other regions. Expected impact of the pilot solution, if the challenge gets solved, it would enhance citizens' quality of life and boost regional competitiveness and contribute to Latvia's overall social economic growth. So yes, we have in mind that could possibly be some kind of digital lifelong learning platform where all municipality lifelong learning players will be united, both from the public and private sectors, that would offer city residents complete lifelong learning offer. And so basically, the innovative aspect of this solution could be the analytical functionality, but yes, this could be discussed also. So this is about our challenge, basically. Very short, but I hope you all understood.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Thank you.
So as I understand, this is also quite, I would say, quite well-defined challenge. So how to come up with what you probably also, you are quite like knowledge already for what kind of solution you would expect. So it should be some kind of a platform that unites different lifelong learning possibilities. But of course, there can be several additions there. So are there any questions regarding this challenge? Have you yourself done any research? What kind of platforms there already are available?
Within our region?
No, in general, I don't know. I did not Google.
To be honest, we haven't really done that big research what is outside the Latvia, but within our region and other regions, there is not really like any platform like that. Everyone is working individually within this field.
Yeah, but probably I did not have time, but it would make sense to Google. Probably there are these kind of platforms already available or built, but yeah, how to adapt it to the special needs of certain regions is the question here, I would say. But okay.
Yes.
But if there are no other questions, thank you very much for presenting your challenge. And let's continue with Medellín, Colombia. So we have two presenters. In the morning we had a representative from Narva, and now we have Jonathan from Medellín.
Hi.
I pronounced
Hi.
you.
Did you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you well.
I shared a slide. It's okay?
Yes, you can share your slides if you want. So you are now in a much better position, as now I think the clock there is 7 or 8 or in the morning.
Okay. It's 5:50 a.m. here in Colombia. Good afternoon here. My name is Jonathan Zapata from the Mayor of Office of Medellín. Today, I'm here to talk about you a critical challenge facing our city, the digital divide. The title is addressing technology equity in search of equality in access to an appropriate of technology, and especially in rural areas. Because the time I passed the slides very fast, but I show where is Colombia, it's in here, South America. But Medellín is located in the valley of Aburra and central region of Andes Mountains. I had here are shows you our kind of the history of Medellín on innovation. But this is important to recognize in 1975 and 1995 is a period of violence here in Colombia, but went up into to 2009 and 2015 innovation service sector, and the public innovation in 2020 is born here in Medellín. Part of the problem is Medellín is a rapidly growing city, but not all of the citizens are benefiting equality from the growth. In particular, the digital divide limits access to essential service and opportunities of thousands of people in rural areas. Only 34% of rural households in Medellín had access to the internet, and that means the students in rural and the people areas are many difficult to access in online education resources. Job seekers may have difficult finding employment opportunities online. Addressing the digital divide is critical to ensure that all citizens of Medellín have the opportunity to participate fully in the digital society. Of part of the problem, Medellín is in rank 91 in World Competitive Ranks 2023 results, but our mission in 2030 is to stay in top 50 around the world in this rank. And part is the crucial challenge for public policies today lies is ensured that the transformation of digital resolving effectively drive inclusive social development, avoid the widening of existing gaps. Social inclusion encompasses right, social participation, access to essential service, and improve economic conditions for fully participating in society. In addition, allow inclusion, like to the same word, is essential to provide opportunity for provide an equality world. The correlation between access to and use of digital technology emerge as a determinant factor in arching social and labor inclusion in this new scenario. Social inclusion encompasses right and social participation, access to essential service. So the important to solve it is imagine digital economy with 2,500 IT companies and many jobs face growth to deficits in infrastructure here in the city. Other is the case advertise 94 country agreements in telecommunication, tradings, location, and external talent pool. Medellín is the first in all other cities that investment in innovation is evident with over 1% of the GDP allocated to RB. Solving the digital challenge is crucial for social inclusion and maximize Medellín potential to take off and to problem that many cities have is not only that Medellín will have is because it's not unique to Medellín, it's a challenge to many cities for Colombia and globally in other cities like Africa. It to objective to development goals, sustainable development goals, because increase of digital work, information and communication technologies. And the other part is about the COVID, the global health crisis is perhaps the unique way to progress. Part of the solution to our solution includes of like the digital infrastructure rural areas, in relief internet access in public access. It's very important to offering digital competency training programs because many people don't understand about technologies and IT. And is to include the participation in planning and design of all these cities. Part of the benefits is will significantly improve the digital access in enable citizens to full advantage of only education, employment, and public service opportunity, contribute to social inclusion and economic development, and cities will to able to experience of fragmentation in their daily lives with access to a state of the technology infrastructure that we are able to perform social cities on life of everyday life. And this is the invitation. We urge you to support to our solution and help us making a more equitable civil for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Jonathan. So just one clarification. So this session right now is here for you, Jonathan, proposing the challenge, and the researchers that are attending online or on site are proposing the solutions. I understand that you're pretty aware already what the solution could look like, but still I would leave a bit room for the researchers to propose the solution. But coming to the challenge, so how I understood your presentation and also the longer description of the challenge, so it's a very broad one. So it's related with the physical infrastructure that there is. I've been to Medellín, and it's a fascinating city with between mountains, and it's wonderful city. But of course, there are many problems because of there are very beautiful parts of the city, but there are also some parts of the cities that are, in terms of development, are not doing that well, and also the people living there are not doing that well. So I understand that these are the areas that you are
yes.
addressing. You call them more the rural areas in the city, and these are the areas that don't have access to the internet. So it's a problem of the infrastructure, that there is no internet infrastructure, but there is also a problem of their skills and ability to use the internet. So I understand that there are like twofold. It's a twofold problem. So is that correct?
Yes, it's very correct. Medellín is a center of the innovation around the global, and it's a district of science, technology, and innovation.
Okay, so are there any clarifying questions here? And probably not in the chat either. So Jonathan, thank you very much. And thank you also for your effort. You were a bit luckier with the timing, as it's now not that early morning for you anymore. But thank you still for proposing your challenge. And let's hope that we'll get another city twinning with your with Medellín, and we'll get to study the challenge more and provide better solutions there. Now we have two final challenges. These are proposed by Ülemiste City, and as I understand, you're fine with connecting them together.
And I try to be quick also.
Thank you. I think we'll manage quite well, because people don't have any questions, then we'll manage pretty well. Thank you.
So my name is Eneken, and I'm coming from Ülemiste City. I'm a member of Minor, board member of Minor Group. So, and I'm responsible for collaboration between science institution or research and science institutions and the city. So we had two challenges, or we proposed two challenges, but I tried to combine them as one, because the main problem behind them is the same. Some clear or quick data or information about Ülemiste City, you do not know about it. So we are locating in between in Tallinn, first of all, but between airport and city center. So we have approximately 36 hectares of land. This is a private city, we own the buildings, all the premises, and actually also the roads roads. So, and right now in the city have approximately 500 companies, approximately 16,000 employees, and students are coming to the city every day. So this is our size, which is also worth of mention. So we are, according to the labor costs or taxes, we are the third largest city in Estonia. Only Tallinn and Narva and Tartu are ahead, and according to the prognosis, if there are not only 16,000 people, but 25,000 people, then we will be the second city in Estonia based on the labor taxes what our companies pay. But challenges. The health of the citizens is really important for us because we see the connection that a healthier employee is a better employee and can bring more profit for her or his company, and also for based on that, when the city's company is more successful, then also the city is more successful. So, but there are many health issues connected to our citizens, not as many. Probably we are not the first place in Estonia, but still, together with the University of Tartu, we made quite a comprehensive research about the social, physical, and mental health of our citizens. So, and we got information what are the main problems. So we have issues with mental health of employees. We also have quite a, I can't say the big issue, but quite many issues with physical health of employees. And the main problem is that they are sitting too long hours just in the same place and not moving around in the time of working hours. So, and also we have some social health problems, meaning that there are not so many healthy social connections between our employees or citizens as it should be, or as it could be useful for their social health. So also we have, or that scientists found out some quite a traditional health problems. Why I say traditional? Because they are not a problem only in our city, but also, for example, in whole Estonia. The high risk of cardiovascular diseases. So also I already mentioned the high risk of mental health problems or worsening their mental health. So, and also the not so good balance between private life and health and work. So our citizens tend to prepare the work for their health in some cases. And the challenge is actually how to motivate the people and use and say impact or affect their people and citizens to think more for their health and to do more for their health, and how the city and employers can support them more. So we have done quite a lot already. If you haven't visited Ülemiste City, then please come. We have walking meeting roads, we have health exhibitions, we have different mental health seminars, we have many services, how you can work with your health and so on. So, but those are like, say, occasional like interruptions, and we I guess that it's a problem in many cities that we do not have also that data to measure the impact of those interventions. For example, if we do something, then is it useful or is it successful? And also we do not have, it's not easy to get the data to measure it, because there are many institutions, for example, in Estonia, who has actually the health data, but access to the health data is not, it's almost impossible, let's say in this way. So yeah, that's the question we have, and together with the scientists, there's maybe even this data problem is the main problem behind it. Yeah. Okay. If you have questions, then I
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So as I understand the challenge, after every challenge, I try to rephrase it or so to summarize it and make it simple as possible. So in your case, you would like to have, first of all, more data in terms of people health data but now in your like city, Ülemiste City, the tech park location. So
but the model could be useful also for the others.
For other cities, exactly. And because it's an area where you have schools, you have different services, you have people working there. So it's like a small city, and as you also describe it yourself, like a small city in the city of Tallinn. But also besides the data, so there is also the interest of having more smart solutions or apps to process data. So it's not only the data, but also the smart services or for the people who live there. So we not live there, but work there and
also live
there. Yes,
inhabitants also.
Yes. So this is the challenge. So any clarifying questions?
So besides data, are you also looking for strategies to promote?
Not even so much strategy, but we have actually a strategy, but we are looking for the solutions as Kaia mentioned. So based on the health data, it's maybe even not all the data should be health data maybe, but how to
measure
and actually just justify the results or confirm whether those results or solutions what we already use or other cities use, are they useful?
Okay.
Are they really meaningful? Do they have impact? To the health?
Basically, you're looking for assessment criteria or something. More
data model to get together with the model, but how to use those data.
Data access as well, because health data is personal data. So it's you have to have a consent to process this data. So you can't process it whatever purposes. So those of us who have worked with data, you know that. So it's very, very complicated and complex.
Challenging
as well. But yes.
But you mentioned that the motivation behind this challenge is that you think, or you're based on some data, you know that the citizens or workers there suffer from some physical and
we made it. It's really time consuming and also budget wasn't so small. So we made like survey among the citizens and it's not the best
data is survey, but you need some more comprehensive.
So I know that there are data, but we do not have access to.
And probably there's also a question of not only doing surveys like I don't know, every 2 years, but having maybe constant data flows.
Yes, and also
continuous data flows.
And also some data where maybe people are not so happy to give them directly. Maybe if they are like big data in generalized way and anonymous way, so it's better for research.
Okay, thank you very much.